Yo, what's happening, people? A GT here with the first of many episodes of a 0 to 10 mil within 10 years survival challenge. This one's got a bit of a twist though. Instead of working alongside OG, I'm working against her. In this first episode, we're going to be mainly going over the rules. There's OG there. Say hi, everybody. So starting off with the rules, there are 4 main ones. We're going to start off with we can do contracts, but we can't use their equipment. We have to use our own, which limits us at the start to what we can and can't do contract-wise. There's no loans or leasing, so we're kind of screwed there, but we can finance. We can finance vehicles, but we can't lease them. We can't get a loan from the bank. The next one is going to be the tough one for me. There's no unrealistic vehicles to be used, or the attachments either. So if you've seen my Chaos Farm videos, you'll know that I like my unrealistic vehicles. Being able to harvest a field at 50 miles an hour, amazing. Can't do that here though. And the final rule is we can't sell to each other or help each other in any way, shape or form. So if OG crashes, she's on her own. If I crash, which is bound to happen, I'm going to be on my own as well. But as you can see, just then I started a contract for mowing grass and realised that my mower is very small. And it's going to take me forever. So as you can see, I'm looking through the vehicle list to see if I can find a mower attachment for my tractor that's cheap. And I do find one. And it's not unrealistic, thankfully. So I sold my little mower that I had and bought the big mower head. Now, if you're wondering how we have equipment to start with, we started off with a tractor, front loader with bucket and forks, so the front loader attachment for the tractor, a tedder, and we needed a vehicle, whether it's a truck or a car, and a trailer. And that's pretty much what we started with. Oh, and the mower, like a rider mower. That's what we started with, and as you can tell, I sell mine to make some money to buy an attachment for the tractor, the mower attachment for the tractor, so I could do this contract on a field, which brought me in some money. So I ended up in the positives compared to OG. I think she ended up negative in this episode. As you can see, I'm just setting everything up into my favourite colours, which will be the colours of my farm: Iron Army blue and white with a hint of black on any vehicle that I can, change the colour on. There are some vehicles like the John Deere tractors that are going to be green and yellow, but it is what it is, and I'm going to do what I can to make all my vehicles colour coded. As you can see, I'm getting rid of the attachments on the tractor to go pick up the mower head that I just bought, and we'll be cutting into one of many time lapses within this video and also going into the future with some banging backing tracks. And as we pull up to the farm, I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse and the music. All music supplied by NCS Sounds, links to the tracks used and also NCS themselves in the description box. Don't watch my terrible driving and parking as we try and get the truck in a nice out of the way position before we start mowing the farmland that we actually have as I build up my reserves for my sheep empire.
I need a second to take a breath to keep me guessing with what you said. You're in my head. We're under pressure, we're sinking deep like stormy weather. Can't seem to breathe when you're with me. If you're gonna break me, I know I won't stay. I don't wanna wait here, you push me away. If you're gonna choose, you don't know what to do. I don't wanna lose you, but don't wanna lose me too. So complicated, don't mess it up. Feeling frustrated, hitting enough.
So as I went to look for another contract, I realised that I hadn't claimed the money from my mowing contract. So I grabbed that real quick and started searching for something that I could do. There were some really nice ones that I thought that would bring in some money to help me out, but I didn't have the equipment. I did consider other mowing jobs, but they were going to take a while. I wanted something that was just a little bit simpler that I could probably leave to, my farm hands to do. I wasn't going to do the one behind OG's farmland because that would just be mean. I'm all up for the competition, but I'm not about to sabotage my competition to make it easier for myself. But yeah, I was like really torn between doing the mowing jobs or the tethering jobs, and I was like, one's better money. It's going to take longer though. Yeah, as you can tell, I wasn't really too sure I'd made the right choice, but I took the tethering job and I just kind of shoot off to go get it done. That gate plays a big part in most of the series. I kept crashing into it. Not through choice either. I'd try and get my tractor all kind of perfectly lined up so I could just drive straight in, but I'd keep hitting either one side of the fence or the other and just got stuck a few times, especially with the trailer. As we pull up to the field that we was going to tether, I was like, do I do this myself? Or do I get a farmhand in to help? So I was like, I'll start it myself and see how I get on, or how I'm feeling it. And I wasn't really feeling it that much, to be honest. Really wasn't feeling it that much, so I was just like, yeah, let me try and smash through it real quick. Then nah, we're getting a farmhand in, thankfully. So that gave me some time to go back to my farm, on my little plot of land. It's not really a farm at the moment. It really is not a farm, it's just a piece of grassland with a shed. Pretty much it. I wanted to take out the trees. That was my main goal, get rid of some of the trees. And buy a chainsaw, because that's the only reason why I took that first grass cutting job, was to buy a chainsaw. And for some reason, I don't know whether it was the modded chainsaw that I picked or what, but if you look at my money, and I buy it, and it doesn't go down. Only starts going down once the farmhand starts working. So I have no idea why that happened. But here we are with another time lapse of me chopping down the trees and getting the wood sold. So enjoy the music.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reap me for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reap me for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. Each time of year carries memories, like a never fading whisper in the breeze. Oh, we will keep on changing all over again. Yeah, we will keep on changing. Just like another season. Don't want another day without you by my side. Oh, this season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Just like another season.
As we pull up to the Wood Logistics, one of two sale points on this map, Wood Logistics and the Sawmill. Wood Logistics had a better price, so that's where I sold it, with my dodgy parking. But yeah, as we go to sell it, we made 4,242 off that first part of the tree. As we try not to crash multiple times, we bomb it back to the farm to pick up the last couple of bits of the tree, which was surprising how much I made from that one tree. I found myself a nice little route to take as well, mainly cutting through fields. So hopefully no one sees that and calls the police, because they're not going to catch me. and I made it through that gate quite easily that time. It just gets worse from here on out. Yeah, these were two big chunks of tree. As I later come to find out, the other trees on this plot of land I have kind of overlap the boundary line of the farmland you can see that the truck's facing. And I don't have the money to buy that farmland yet. There's nothing I could do with those 3 trees that you see just in the distance there. But this little truck proves invaluable for most of this series. And I'm glad I went for the low bed instead of the extended, because it helps out so much as we go through the series and do more contracts. As we jump to wood logistics again for the last part of the tree to be sold, the parking just gets worse. I have no idea why I went so far back or what I was up to. But yeah, it was just dodgy parking all round. Dodgy driving, dodgy parking. It's to be expected. Especially if you've watched the Chaos Farm series. There's a reason it's called the Chaos Farm. I'm pretty sure we have one of these trucks in that series. If you haven't seen the Chaos Farm, I'll link the playlist down in the description below. Just so you can catch up and see what it's like when there's no restrictions and unlimited money. But as we sell this next 2 bits of tree, I was surprised it made £6,484. So in total, that one tree that I chopped down brought in 10,726 quid. Which, amazing amount of money to make on the first day. So I was up by a few quid, a couple of contracts and a tree. That's all it took. And that's after I sold my little ride-on mower and bought a mower head. So yeah, we were sitting pretty at the end of the first part of the first day on the farm, so to speak. I did forget to mention at the beginning, it is a 3-day month, which is nice, it's helpful, it's handy. And as you can tell, the other contract's still going on, the tethering, with my farm hand just cracking on with it for me, which was nice. I was able to pay them a low wage, but they were happy with it because they, the bartering was they can do it for a cheap price. Not only are you getting paid, once I've got a sheep farm going, they're getting all the wool they could ever want, and when it comes around to it, they're getting some lamb chops too. So they were happy with that deal. They were very happy with that deal, and I can see why. They get paid cash, and they get some wool to make their own clothes with, and they get some free food. And food always tastes better when it's free. But yeah, you'll notice in this series that this is my favourite route to take back with the truck, because it cuts out the little tight turns as you go through the village. And I do kind of cut across that little grass verge a little bit, so hopefully that doesn't get too worn down that I can't drive across it. Yeah, the field we're just going past now, the landowner owns part of my fenced off area, which I don't understand or get. And there's me just winding up cars for the sake of it. I do that quite a lot as well. And again, another perfect entry into the farm. But as we pull up and chill for the day, and for this episode, we'll be back. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I was playing about with the doors, or the truck bed. But yeah, we'll be back in the next episode where I take down the second big tree on my farm and get that sold. And that should be kind of somewhere in the box once it's up. But for now, it'll be videos that YouTube recommends you watch. Until next time, take it easy. I'll see you all soon. Peace.